Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Rugby Wrap-Up. Thank you for joining us once again. Matt McCarthy in New York City and Mr. Zack Lanning on the horn with this week's The Zack Attack, the big play breakdown. Zack, take it away.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, if there's one team that you want to talk about when you're talking attack, you're talking about big plays, it's got to be the LA Gilitinis. Okay, they have put up 100-plus points so far this season. Just an offensive explosion in the league in their first year against really quality defenses like Seattle, who they beat up this week, put up 50-plus on them in a really stunning display of offense. I'm going to focus on one specific sequence of play that I think just highlights what makes them so dangerous and what makes them just, able to, it seems, score at will on a lot of these really solid MLR franchises, who've been around a long time. So it's 11 minutes into the game, and Seattle's already given up 2 quick scores, and they're down 12-0 to the Gilitinis. They're pinned deep in their half once again, so fly half Ben Sema looks to give him a little breathing room and kicks it out from the try zone. He's probably hoping for a little more distance on this kick as the refs mark it out at about the 22-meter line. It was a tough angle, but I'm sure he would have loved to pin LA a little farther back upfield and make them work a little harder. But now, because the ball went out so close to where the action already was, LA goes quick off the line out.
I got to interrupt you here, Zack. You went to Holy Cross, right?
I did.
Did they not teach you about adverbs? Because it's quickly off the line out. Now continue.
LA goes quickly off the line out here and get the ball to inside center Billy Meeks for a crash ball. For those who don't know, a crash ball is a play designed to challenge the defense directly, to break the gain line and force the defense to commit 2 or more players to the tackle. So while Meeks may not break through the line completely here, he does break the gain line and allow LA to get quick ball out of the ruck, keeping Seattle on the back foot. That was kind of the name of the game for them, Matt, was quick ball all the time. They're able to maintain possession in the rucks with limited players committing, 2 or 3 guys per ruck, and then get the ball out fast to some of their dynamic playmakers. And they were fast all day, Matt, even without Vandermeer today in the game. So that was really impressive by LA all day. And now after another strong run by Adam Ashley Cooper, you can see Matt Gitu here calling for a pot of forwards to run another phase of crash ball to the near side of the field. And this is because he sees something in the Seattle defense that he's hoping to exploit. Some Seattle players begin to notice it as well, but you can see at this moment, Seattle has 6 players on one side of the ruck covering just one Gilitini.
That's not good.
That is textbook not good, Matt. So to take advantage of this, LA fakes another crash ball to the far side and instead leak it out the back to Gitu, who had snuck around in order to capitalize on the overlap. LA also run 2 dummy runners at the line to try and force those Seattle defenders to commit to the tackle instead of drifting out to help with the overlap. Their lines are a little early, and so Seattle isn't fooled, but you can see here that Gilitini flanker Christian Poitevin uses his body to get in the way and try and slow them down a little bit. While this may not have been perfect, Gitu gets the ball to Meeks, who draws his defender, and then passes out to Adam Ashley Cooper in a lot of space, which are 2 phrases you definitely don't want to hear together if you're from Seattle. It looks like LA might even have a 2-on-1 overlap here with the wing Matthews in a really tough position defensively. But luckily for Seattle, the defenders who saw the potential overlap earlier have made it all the way across the field and are able to make the tackle on Ashley Cooper, but not before he's gained some serious ground. And again, just putting Seattle on the back foot. They're running back and forth across the field, trying to keep up with the Gilitinis here. And they're just leaving these huge holes in the line. And it's just tough to defend like that, especially when LA is again able to go quick out of the ruck.
I got to stop you there again. University of Buffalo English major. You're a Holy Cross guy. It's quickly. It's an adverb, guy.
I'm working on it, Matt. I promise I'll have it by the end of this segment. But let's get going with the play here. So again, LA goes quickly out of the ruck with a nice offload from flanker Angus Cottrell. Now on this wide angle, you can see that the Gilitinis have numbers on the outside again. But Seattle's veteran 8-man, Riekert Hadding, makes a really savvy move here, flying up into the face of his opposite number, cutting off the passing lane to the outside and making the tackle. This slows LA down, but not for long. Gitu is still looking to get the ball outside and is calling for it out of the ruck. Once he gets it, Seattle's fly half Ben Sema tries to do exactly what Hadding did a phase earlier, flying up to the outside of Gitu and cutting off the passing lanes. Gitu was prepared for this, though, cutting the ball upfield instead into the hole that Sema had created by running ahead of the defensive line. From there, Gitu finds prop Charlie Abel, who's taken a beautiful line on his inside. Abel takes on a couple tacklers and offloads to scrum half Harrison Goddard, who dots it down and puts LA ahead by 3 scores. But Matt, this is just a great example, of all the things that LA brings to the table. They're executing when it matters, when, taking advantage of these holes they're creating in the defense. You watch across the league, there are teams that just, they're almost there on a lot of breakaways. There's a lot of broken play scores, but LA is the team that's just consistently executing in the rucks, in their line breaks, holding on to the ball, and then taking advantage of, these defensive lapses when they can create them.
Excellent stuff, Zach. And there is a rumor that you'll be coming back next week with the big name breakdown, with trying to figure out what the DTH is in DTH Van der Merwe's name.
I have a few calls out. My sources are getting back to me, Matt. I think we're going to finally crack this.
And on that note, on behalf of Mr. Zack Lanning, I'm Matt McCarthy with this week's The Zack Attack, the big play breakdown on Rugby Wrap-Up. Please make sure you check out all our other segments, including our Major League Rugby show, our Global Rugby Recap, What Are the Odds?, our Major League Rugby Sports Bet show with the Philly Godfather, John Bradshaw Layfield, the WWE legend, and Gifty Bailu, martial law. And please sign up for our American Red Cross Rugby Wrap-Up Blood Donor Team.